I slammed the door shut behind me, my heart pounding like a drum in a storm, as Harlow's confession hung in the air like a noose. "I've been pretending to be your wife every night for months, Everly, and you never noticed." The room spun, my best friend's face blurring through hot tears. And in that moment, the foundation of my carefully constructed life cracked wide open, revealing secrets I wasn't ready to face. How had I been so blind? Letting her slip into my bed under the cover of darkness, her whispers mimicking the intimacy I'd craved but denied myself. It started innocently enough, or so I told myself. We were roommates in a cramped Brooklyn apartment, two 28-year-old women navigating the chaos of New York City. I was Everly Thompson, the corporate lawyer buried under case files and family expectations, always the dutiful daughter to my conservative parents back in Texas. Harlow Reed, my best friend since college, was the free-spirited artist, painting murals by day and bartending at night, her laughter a balm to my stressed soul. We'd shared everything, secrets, dreams, even clothes, but never this. Never the line that blurred friendship into something forbidden in my world. That night after her bombshell, I couldn't sleep. My mind raced through the memories, the late-night talks that stretched into dawn, her hand brushing mine accidentally on purpose, the way she'd cook dinner and set the table like we were a couple. "It's just us against the world," she'd say, her blue eyes locking onto mine with an intensity that now screamed unspoken desire. But I had pushed it down, buried it under layers of denial. My family would never understand. They still prayed for me to find a nice man and settle down. The thought of their disapproval twisted my gut. Dad's stern lectures on tradition, Mom's tearful pleas for grandchildren. How could I betray them for something society still whispered about in shadows? Harlow paced the living room, her short blonde hair disheveled from running her fingers through it. "Everly, please hear me out. It wasn't meant to deceive you. I love you. More than as a friend. And when you'd come home exhausted, calling out for comfort in your sleep, I'd hold you. Pretend we were together." It felt right. Her voice cracked, vulnerability etching lines on her face that I'd never noticed before. I wanted to scream, to push her away, but a part of me, a treacherous hidden part, whispered that it did feel right. The warmth of her body next to mine, the safety in her arms. Was this betrayal or salvation? The next morning, I avoided her eyes over coffee. "We can't do this, Harlow. My life is complicated enough." But inside, turmoil brewed. What if my parents found out? They'd cut me off, not just financially but emotionally. I'd seen it happen to my cousin who came out, shunned at family gatherings, whispered about like a scandal. Society's gaze weighed heavy too. At work, the subtle judgments, the promotions that went to those who fit the mold. I couldn't risk it. Yet, as Harlow left for her studio, her shoulders slumped in defeat, a pang shot through me. Was I sacrificing my happiness for their approval? Days blurred into a tense standoff. Harlow gave me space, sleeping on the couch, her paintings growing darker, more abstract with swirling reds of anger and blues of sorrow. I threw myself into work, but cases felt hollow. In quiet moments my thoughts betrayed me. Remembering her laugh echoing in our tiny kitchen, the way she'd defend me against the world. "You're stronger than you think," she'd say. But was I? The internal battle raged, duty versus desire, fear versus freedom. One evening I found her note. "I can't pretend anymore. If you want me gone, say it." My hand trembled as I crumpled it. Leaving would shatter us both, but staying meant facing the storm. The pressure mounted when my parents called, announcing a surprise visit. "We miss our girl," Mom chirped, oblivious to the chaos. Panic surged. How could I hide this? Harlow offered to leave, but I stopped her. "Stay." "But we act normal." "Normal, what a joke." As they arrived, I plastered on a smile, introducing Harlow as just my roommate. Dad's eyes narrowed, sensing the undercurrent. Dinner was a minefield. Mom prattled about eligible bachelors, while Harlow's foot brushed mine under the table, a silent plea. I jerked away, guilt flooding me. That night, alone in my room, I whispered to the darkness. What am I doing? Denying her, denying myself, for what? The visit dragged on, each day amplifying the cracks. Harlow's forced cheer hit hurt, her eyes pleading when no one looked. I caught myself staring at her lips, wondering what a real kiss would feel like. But morality tugged. Was it right to upend lives for love? Society preached acceptance, but reality bit hard. Lost jobs, fractured families. Yet, in my heart, a spark ignited. Maybe this was my truth. As parents left, waving goodbye, Harlow turned to me. Everly choose. Us or them. The words hung, heavy with the price of decision. The silence after Harlow's ultimatum stretched like a taut wire, ready to snap. I stood there, frozen, as she waited for an answer that could redefine everything. I don't know, I stammered, the weight of indecision crushing my chest. How could I choose between the family who'd raised me and the woman who'd become my anchor? The internal conflict clawed at me. Loyalty to blood versus the pull of my heart. A battle where no victory felt clean. In the weeks that followed, our apartment became a battlefield of unspoken words. Harlow threw herself into her art. Canvases splashed with chaotic emotions that mirrored my turmoil. I'd catch her staring out the window, lost in thought, and wonder what sacrifices she'd already made for me. She had her own demons. A estranged family in California who disowned her after she came out in college. They called it a phase, she'd once confided, her voice bitter. Now here I was, repeating history, too afraid to embrace what she offered freely. Work provided no escape. During a high-stakes deposition, my mind wandered to Harlow's touch, the pretend nights that now haunted my dreams. Colleagues noticed my distraction. My boss pulled me aside. Everly, get your head in the game. We can't afford slip-ups. The implication was clear. Conform or crumble. Society's expectations loomed large. The subtle homophobia in office banter. The way partners paraded their heteronormative lives. I envied their ease but resented it too. Why couldn't I have that with Harlow? The moral quandary gnawed. Was loving her wrong? Or was denying it the true sin? One night, unable to bear the distance, I confronted her. Why did you start pretending? Was it pity? Harlow's eyes flashed with hurt. Pity? Everly, I've loved you since sophomore year. Watching you date those jerks pretending to be straight, it killed me. So when you murmured in your sleep, calling for someone, I stepped in. It was selfish maybe, but real. Her confession pierced me. Selfish? Or brave? I paced, thoughts swirling. My parents' voices echoed, warning of eternal damnation, societal scorn. But Harlow's love felt pure, untainted by judgment. The turning point came at a gallery opening for Harlow's work. Dressed in a sleek black dress that hugged her curves, she mingled with ease, her pixie cut framing a face alive with passion. I watched from the sidelines, jealousy flaring as a woman flirted with her. Who's that? I asked later, voice sharp. Harlow smirked. Jealous? Good. Means you care. We argued in the cab home, voices rising. You can't just drop this on me and expect instant acceptance. I yelled. And you can't keep hiding forever, she shot back. The driver glanced nervously, a reminder of the world's prying eyes. Back home the fight escalated. My family will disown me, I sobbed. Harlow softened. And if they do? Is their love conditional? Her words struck deep. Conditional love, was that what I'd grown up with? Flashbacks assaulted me. Dad's disapproval of my tomboy phase, Mom's insistence on femininity. Harlow pulled me close, her embrace a lifeline. For the first time I didn't pull away. We could be happy, she whispered. But happiness came at a cost. That night, as she slept on the couch again, I lay awake weighing the scales. Betrayal of self or betrayal of kin? Pressure from family intensified. Mom called daily, hinting at setups with nice boys. You're not getting younger, dear. Each word fueled my rage and fear. I confided in a therapist, anonymous sessions where I poured out the chaos. Am I wrong for wanting this? The therapist's neutral response offered no solace. Only you define wrong. Society's narrative bombarded me. News of hate crimes, politicians railing against alternative lifestyles. Yet stories of resilience inspired too. Was I ready to join them? Harlow's patience wore thin. One evening she packed a bag. I can't stay if you're ashamed of me. Panic seized me. Don't go. We talked till dawn, unraveling layers. She shared her pain. Years of unrequited love, the pretense as a desperate grasp at closeness. I admitted my fears, the internal war between desire and duty. As sun rose we kissed, tentative then fervent. Felt like coming home. But guilt shadowed joy. What now? Tell the world or hide. The decision loomed as my sister's wedding approached. Family reunion meant scrutiny. Bring a date, sis teased. Harlow offered to go as a friend, but I hesitated. What if they see through us? The moral dilemma peaked. Lie and preserve peace, or truth and risk explosion? On the flight to Texas, Harlow's hand in mine grounded me. Whatever happens, I'm here. Her sacrifice humbled me. She'd face judgment for my sake. At the rehearsal dinner, tension crackled. Dad eyed Harlow suspiciously. Close friends, huh? Mom chatted obliviously. As toasts flowed, I grappled internally. This facade was suffocating. That night, in our hotel room, Harlow held me. You don't have to decide tonight. But the clock ticked, choices demanding payment. The wedding day dawned bright, but my mood was stormy. As bridesmaids bustled, I stole glances at Harlow, elegant in a tailored suit that turned heads. You look stunning, I whispered, heart aching with unspoken love. She smiled, but her eyes held worry. So do you. But remember, this is your family. The reminder stung. My family, not ours. The ceremony blurred in a haze of vows and rings, each promise echoing my own unmade commitments. Internally, I debated. Was love worth the wreckage? During the reception, disaster struck. My drunk uncle cornered us. You two seem awfully cozy. Anything we should know? His leer ignited fury. Harlow deflected gracefully, but I snapped. Mind your business. Whispers spread like wildfire. Dad pulled me aside. What's going on, Everly? People are talking. Panic rose. Nothing, Dad. She's just a friend. The lie tasted like ash. Harlow overheard, her face crumpling. Just a friend, she echoed later, voice breaking. The betrayal cut deep. My words a dagger to her heart. We argued in the garden, away from prying eyes. How long will you deny us? Harlow demanded. Until it destroys you? I countered. Tears streamed. It's destroying me now. Her pain mirrored mine. A cycle of hurt born from fear. Society's chains tightened. The judgmental stares, the fear of ostracism. But in that moment, holding her, I glimpsed freedom. I love you, I admitted aloud for the first time. The words liberated and terrified. Back in New York, the fallout began. Mom called, probing. That Harlow girl, is she special? I dodged, but seeds of doubt planted. Work added pressure. A client meeting where homophobic jokes flew, reminding me of the stakes. Promotion dangled, contingent on image. Fit in, my mentor advised. Fit in or fight. The moral crossroads loomed. Sacrifice career for authenticity? Harlow's art suffered. Her latest piece, A Fractured Heart in Shades of Grey, spoke volumes. This is us, she said, gesturing. Guilt consumed me. She'd given up so much. Friends who drifted when she focused on me. Opportunities passed for stability. Her pretense wasn't deception. It was devotion. I thought if I showed you, you'd see, she confessed. See what? That love transcended norms? A turning point. I attended a pride event with her. Anonymous in the crowd. Rainbows waved. Stories shared of triumphs over adversity. A woman spoke of losing family but gaining self. Worth it, she declared. Tears fell as I realized. My denial dishonored Harlow's courage. That night we planned. We'll tell them together. But doubt crept. What if they rejected me? The price, loneliness, financial strain. Family dinner via video call escalated. Dad grilled about my lifestyle. Rumors from the wedding. I froze. Harlow squeezed my hand off camera. Dad, I'm gay. And Harlow's my girlfriend. Silence exploded into chaos. Mom wept. How could you? Dad thundered. This is against everything we taught. Disowned? Not yet, but the threat hung. Think about what you're doing, he warned. The call ended, leaving devastation. Harlow comforted me as I sobbed. We'll rebuild. But rebuild what? Fractured bonds, shattered illusions. Internally I questioned. Was coming out right, or reckless? Society applauded progress, but personal costs bit hard. Friends rallied. Some colleagues distanced. The world shifted, alliances redrawn. As weeks passed, isolation set in. Parents went silent, no calls, no texts. Harlow's support unwavering, but her own wounds reopened. Memories of her disownment. It gets better, she assured, but doubt lingered. A job offer came, but with strings. Keep personal life private. Accept or rebel. The choice defined me. One evening, betrayal struck from within. My sister called, pleading. Retract it. For Mom's sake. Her words twisted the knife. Family pitting against love. I can't, I refused. Hang up echoed betrayal. Harlow found me broken. We're in this. Her strength inspired, but the toll mounted. Sleepless nights, anxiety spikes. The climax brewed when Dad showed up unannounced. We need to talk. Face to face, emotions raw. You're throwing your life away, he accused. For her. Harlow stood firm. For herself. The confrontation peeled layers. His fears rooted in tradition, mine in rejection. I love her, Dad. Tears fell. He left without resolution, doors slamming like a finality. In the aftermath, reflection dominated. Had I chosen correctly? The damage irreversible, but growth evident. Harlow and I grew closer. Love tested and true. Yet, questions haunted. At what cost authenticity? The echo of Dad's departure lingered. A ghost in our apartment. I stared at the door, numbness giving way to a torrent of regret and resolve. Did I just lose them forever? I whispered to Harlow. She pulled me into her arms, her scent a mix of paint and comfort. Maybe. But you gained you. Her words soothed, but the internal storm raged. Had my declaration been a heroic stand or a selfish blow? Days turned to weeks of radio silence from family. Each unanswered call chipped at my soul. Mom's birthday passed without acknowledgement. I sent a card, returned unopened. The rejection stung deeper than anticipated, fueling self-doubt. Was it worth it? I asked myself in mirrors, eyes hollow from tears. Society's facade of acceptance cracked under reality. Support groups helped, but isolation persisted. Friends offered platitudes, but few understood the visceral loss. Harlow bore the brunt, her own past traumas resurfacing. My parents did the same, she shared one night, voice trembling. Called me a disappointment. Her vulnerability exposed the sacrifices, years alone rebuilding from scratch. But I wouldn't trade my truth. Inspired, I pushed forward, but resentment brewed. Why did love demand such payment? Moral ambiguity clouded. Right for me, wrong for them? Work became a minefield. Whispers in hallways. A demotion disguised as reassignment. We value diversity, HR claimed, but actions spoke louder. I fought back, filing complaints, but exhaustion set in. Harlow encouraged. You're blazing a trail. Trail of tears, more like. Her art flourished. Pieces selling with themes of resilience. Jealousy flickered. Her freedom contrasted my chains. An unexpected ally emerged. My cousin, the one shunned years ago. Welcome to the club, she texted. We met, stories aligning. It hurts but heals. Her words planted hope. Yet betrayal lurked. A colleague, feigning support, leaked my story to tabloids, minor but invasive. Local lawyer comes out amid family drama. Headlines screamed, privacy shattered. Harlow raged. Who did this? Suspicion fell on family, deepening wounds. Confrontation with sister via call. Did you leak it? Denial vehement but doubt seated. You're tearing us apart, she accused. No, hiding did. Hang up bitter. The family rift widened, holidays looming like threats. Harlow suggested alternative celebrations, but tradition's pull ached. Internally the battle peaked. Forgive or forge ahead. Therapy sessions dissected. Their reaction is theirs, not yours. Logic sound, emotion raw. Harlow's patience tested. Arguments flared. I'm tired of being the villain in your family's eyes. Her hurt valid, I dragged her into my mess. You're not, I insisted. Reconciliation attempted. Letters to parents, pouring heart. No response. A breakthrough, Mom called. I don't understand, but I miss you. Tears flowed. Miss you too. Tentative bridge, but Dad absent. Progress fragile. Society's role examined. Media glorified coming outs, ignored aftermath. My story, anonymized in blogs, sparked debates. Duty to self versus family. Harlow and I navigated new normals. Dates in public, hands held defiantly. Backlash came, stares, slurs. Strength grew. But a dark twist. Harlow's ex resurfaced, offering normalcy. Temptation? Never, she affirmed. Yet, doubt planted, did she regret? The ultimate test. Thanksgiving invite from mom, dad reluctant. Come alone. Ultimatum reversed. No. Us or nothing. Silence then acceptance. Bring her. Victory bittersweet. At dinner tension thick. Dad's gruff nod, mom's hugs. Conversation stilted but seeds sown. Post-dinner revelations. Dad's own struggles, a gay friend lost to suicide. I fear for you. Understanding dawn, fear not hate. Tears bridged gaps. Not fixed but mending. Back home reflection. Choices prices paid but rewards reaped. Love solidified, self-affirmed. Yet questions lingered. Had deception birthed truth? The drive back from Texas was a quiet reckoning. Harlow's hand on mine, a steady anchor amid swirling thoughts. We survived, she murmured, her voice laced with exhaustion and triumph. But survival came scarred, the mended family ties fragile, work battles ongoing, societal judgments a constant hum. Internally, I pondered the ledger. Gains in authenticity outweighed losses in security? The moral maze twisted, no clear exit. Settling back in Brooklyn, normalcy teased but eluded. Parents called sporadically, conversations skirting depths. How's work? Mom asked, avoiding how's Harlow? Progress yet incomplete. Dad's emails, terse but present, hinted at thaw. Read an article on acceptance. Small steps, giant leaps. Harlow's career soared. A solo show themed unveiled truths drew crowds. Her paintings captured our saga. Abstract forms of entangled hearts, fractured then fused. This is for us, she dedicated. Pride swelled but guilt lingered. My hesitation prolonged her pain. Forgive yourself, she urged. Easier said. Society's mirror reflected mixed. Allies applauded, detractors sneered. A promotion finally came, hard-won through advocacy. You're an inspiration, a junior said. Inspiration or cautionary tale? Debates online raged, my story fodder for forums. Coming out, selfish or essential? Personal growth bloomed. Therapy unearthed buried desires, affirming my identity. You're not broken. Harlow and I deepened routines intimate without pretense. Mornings coffee shared. Evenings debates on ethics. Was my pretending wrong? She asked. It sparked truth, I replied. But was deception ever justified? A final confrontation. Uncle's apology letter. I was ignorant. Redemption. Or too late. Family gathering planned, Harlow included. Anxiety spiked, what if regression? The day arrived, embraces tentative. Dad pulled me aside. I'm trying. Tears mutual. Healing's price. Vulnerability. As year ended, reflection dominated. Choices cascaded. Pretense to confession, denial to declaration, fracture to fragile unity. Damages tallied. Lost trust, emotional tolls but awakenings profound. Love's resilience shone. In quiet moments I wondered. If I'd known sooner, would paths diverge? Harlow's eyes full of love answered. No regrets. Yet one question lingers, sparking endless debate. In the pursuit of personal truth, is it ever right to risk the hearts of those who raised you?